Good afternoon, students. On behalf of Faculty of Computer Applications and IT, I, Professor Jenny Kasudia, welcome Ms. Vidhi Trivedi to this session. Ms. Vidhi Trivedi has been associated with Signex Datamatics as a project coordinator for more than 7 years today, and previously she has also worked with Cognizant Technologies Pune. She has been directly involved in various HR activities. She is also a QA. I welcome Vidhi on behalf of Faculty of Computer Applications and IT MSc program, and I request Vidhi to please start with the session.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you so much, and thank you, GLS faculty. Okay, so students, are you ready? Should I start addressing you? I was thinking to have a introduction round, but I think it will take a lot of time because there are a lot of students. So what we can do is I'll just start with my session, and in between, if anybody has any concerns or anything, I'll randomly ask questions also, and you can just answer yourself, introducing yourself. Is that fine, or should we take the introduction? What do you suggest?
Vidhi, I think you should start with the session, and in between, you can go for the introduction.
Okay. So I hope I am audible to everyone. So again, good afternoon, everyone. Like Jenny also already introduced you that I'm working with Signex Datamatics from past 7 years, and earlier I have been associated with Cognizant Technologies in Pune. I have done my master's in computer applications, and I have worked as project coordinator, a QA, and I'm also involved in a lot of HR activities, admin activities, which is voluntarily my interest. So I'll just share my screen. I do not have any PPT to show or any presentation because I think the session should be more interactive rather than just a presentation. But I have mentioned the agenda so that you can know what through in this session. In between, if you have any concern or query, please either write it in the chat box or you can just unmute yourself and ask me. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Okay, I hope you are able to see my screen. So the agenda is the introduction, but now I think I won't be able to do the introduction for each of you because it will take a lot of time. Second thing is I wanted to ask you that what are your expectation as an intern when you will step into the corporate world? So can anybody answer me? Randomly, anybody? Because if this session will be interactive, then I don't think we will gain much out of it. So I would request everybody to participate equally. I'm as like you all only, so it's better if we can just have a random interaction and normal conversation, which will be helpful for all of us. So I would like to know from you that what are your expectations when you step into a corporate world? You must be having some expectations, right? Like when I go to any corporate companies, then I assign this profile or work as this designation or salary expectation, whatever, anything which is in your mind, you can just tell me openly, and with that only we will be able to discuss more. So if anybody voluntarily can answer me, that will be great. Otherwise, I'll just randomly pick anyone. Okay, so I think I'll randomly pick anyone. So, Dharasha, Dharasha, can you tell me what are your expectations as an intern when you will step into the corporate world? Dara, Dara, can you hear me? Okay, I think Dara is not able to hear us and she's rejoining. So let's go to somebody else. Poojan Patel. Hi, Poojan Patel. Can you tell me what are your expectations when you step in the corporate world? Miss Jenny, am I audible to everyone? Because people are not responding. So, are they able to hear me? Are you able to hear me?
Hello, Vidhi.
Hello.
Yes, Vidhi, you are audible.
Okay, I'm audible.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Poojan Patel, Rahul,
Uh,
Rajvi.
stu- Students kindly reply whether he is audible or not.
Yes, ma'am. Hi, I'm Parth. Can I answer?
Yeah, definitely.
Ma'am, my only expectation is from the corporate is I want them to treat me like an employee. Sometimes it happens that I am a fresher or newbie, so they will not allocate me any much complicated tasks, thinking that he is a fresher, so he doesn't have any kind of experience in that. So if I am not getting any complicated task, I will not be able to improve my skills. So I just want the only expectation from corporate is that they give me chance to explore something, or they should have confidence in me that at least I should be given one chance to prove myself.
Okay, good point. So, Parth, I think this point is in my mind, and I'm going to cover it on this thing in the later part. So that's a good thing that you told me about it, and we will discuss it more on this in the coming uh, session. Okay. Anybody else who has any other expectations other than what Parth said? Obviously, Parth said is the right thing. Uh, Anything else? Anybody would to say? Guys, be very open. Like Parth was it. It will really help to interact, connect, which is very important. And as an intern, also for you guys to interact is the first most important thing when you enter in the corporate world. Okay. So um, nobody wants to share their expectation. Not a problem. I'll start with it. So, like I said, that
Can
when
I?
Sorry?
Can I answer? Can I answer?
Yeah. Who's that? Ankit. Yeah, Ankit, please.
अंकित
Yeah.
मैम मेरा एक्सपेक्टेशन ये है कि जैसे कि कोई भी कोडिंग में जितना ज्यादा अच्छा नहीं होता है उनका जो स्ट्रॉन्ग फील्ड है वो उनको प्रोवाइड करवाना चाहिए एज एन की जैसे कि मुझे चाहिए कि मार्केटिंग मिले या फिर कम्युनिकेशन बेस्ड जो भी फील्ड हो उसमें स्टार्टिंग में उनको रिलेट करवाना चाहिए तो इट विल बी गुड फॉर मी एंड ऑल्सो एम्प्लॉय जो होंगे उनके डायरेक्टली उनको उनको जो रिक्वायरमेंट होगी एम्प्लॉयज की उसमें डाल देंगे तो फिर वो शायद इम्प्रूव ना कर पाए
Agreed. Okay. Good point, Ankit. तो इसके लिए भी हम बात करते हैं once we are done with questions. Okay, anybody else has anything else to share? Otherwise, I'll start.
Ma'am, can I add something?
Yeah, please, Sanjay.
Yeah, so my thing is that the company should provide the employee a certain job profile in which they are good. For example, someone is good in Java or someone is good in web development or mobile. So they should provide a certain title or a work to them in which they are good, so that it could be beneficial for the company that the employee already knows something into it, and also for the employee so that he can get the real world scenario out of it. Right. So that is the
Okay.
idea that I want to touch in.
Okay. So Sanjay, Ankit, and Parth, have you ever experienced any such your expectation, right? You have not experienced any such kind of thing that whether they have not treated you properly or whether they have not given you the kind of profile you wanted or anything, right? It's just your expectations. Or have you faced that?
Actually, we have heard, ma'am, about it that that there is no specific post that you should look for. You should just get into the company and work whatever they work into. So, for example, if they work into PHP and I don't know anything about PHP, so there is no benefit the company is going to get out of me as a PHP developer, or there is nothing that I can do with my heart. That okay, so if they're asking me to work, I will work for 6 months. There is no problem, but I will not do it with my heart, so that there is a loss between like for both of us, the company as well as me.
Correct. Okay. So now I got your expectations and I will tell what all in my company how we work and how I have seen it. I'll let you make understand about all these things. Okay, I have noted your points, Ankit, Parth, and Sanjay, right? Yes. So, first of all, good points. Secondary, whenever you enter into corporate world, there are certain procedures they follow. Uh, because they have to there are two or three types of things they have to follow. First thing is uh, every year they have to hire certain number of interns. Second thing is either they try to uh, have the walk-ins for interns in a different languages or the fields, like for testers they have a different intern walk-ins, for Java developers they have different walk-ins, or randomly through placements if you are going they will just hire on the basis of your skill set and knowledge. Third thing is when the intern is actually working for a corporate, like you guys are saying that they should allow you to choose your profile, but how it works, no? Like for the first 3 4 months they will just see your skill set. I agree that you want to work in PHP, or you want to work as a marketing or in the communication profile, which is stronger area for you. But sometimes what happens, like for marketing or pre-sales, you need to have a different set of uh, education background. Like MBAs would be preferred more for the marketing area, for the communication area, rather than MC, because MCA is more technical. So when you are a MCA graduate or a BCA graduate or a computer graduate, their expectations are such that you want to work as a technical person or a QA. So first, what you need to do is, no, whenever you enter the organization, any company, you need to have a very clear focus of yourself, that what you want to do. like I would share my experience that when I entered, no, I had the same thing. I had a very much coding phobia. I never liked coding. So I and like Ankit or Parth said that they would prefer communication or marketing. So I was much into all those areas. But obviously, I did not do MBA because I was more interested in MC. I don't know why, but I did that. So when I stepped into Cognizant, my interview was taken. Now imagine and when you entered in such big organizations, no, they don't ask you. They just put you in the groups and they allocate you the technologies, and then accordingly you have to work. So when I was put into a group, I was put into a mainframe group. Now, Java to दूर की बात है, I have मतलब Java was still something I knew about it, but I had no clue what mainframe is. And then I literally had to go, and Cognizant has a different academy course. Like for 4 months, we have to be as a student there, and then they will teach us entire mainframe and everything. Companies spend a lot of money on you also, and then they allocate you on the projects, assigning you the mentors and everything. So I was allocated a mainframe group, mainframe technology. I had no clue what mainframe is, how I have to proceed, how I have to do it. Okay, Suti, I'll get back to you. So I had no clue. I did 4 months mainframe. I passed my exams, everything, just like any college assignments, we have to do it. And then, because we were allocated mentors, no, my mentor knew that I'm not a person who is much interested into coding. So initially, when I was put into a project, they gave me some project work, but then they realized that I am not a person who is going to enjoy coding or do something great or when I do any coding. And they immediately put me into a functional testing role. They asked me if I would want to do that or not, and I started my career as a functional tester. So this is what happens in any corporate when you are an intern initially, because see, first of all, for you is to get a job, a placement, which is a very mandatory thing when you are an intern. It then depends on you how to prove yourself. When I was an intern, I proved myself that okay, I want to work in testing, and then I was it very much depends on your attitude, your knowledge and your skill set, how you behave in the organization and how you prove yourself. Only then, first 3 months, they will just judge you on your skill set, right? But if you are more vocal about what you want, if you are given a Java project but you are not interested in Java project, you do that project, and simultaneously or a parallel, you just be vocal about what you want and you start pursuing that. You have to explain, you have to give the confidence to the manager or the organization management that okay, you are very good at marketing, you are very good at communications. Then they will obviously give you a profile to. In the end, everybody wants you, not because if you are good at marketing, then obviously you are going to add value to the organization only, and they have to pay you. So if you are good at some particular role, definitely do it. But for the first 4 months when you are on your assignments, you have to be very normal. You have to show that attitude of doing anything and everything. You just cannot say that I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. There were interns in my project, so I was recruiting interns that time, and there was one technology, GWT technology, for which now GWT, I don't know how many of you know about that technology, but that's a very old technology, and people nowadays are not much into GWT. So interns again, they were already on the projects, or some of them were on the bench. I suggested my project manager to hire interns because you know what, the in people like you right now, are very intelligent, very smart. They are ready to do whatever they want to, but if they are not utilized properly, then their skill set is wasted. So I suggested my project manager that we should just hire the interns rather than hiring a well experienced employees from outside and giving them a higher pay. Why not we utilize the interns who are already there in our company, and they are really good interns, they are very technically sound. If they know Java, obviously they learn other technologies also. So my project manager said that okay, if you are saying so, let's try them. So beforehand, when I got to know that I'm to have a GWT requirement, there were two interns. I already told them that you please start learning GWT and Angular. Angular was one of the latest technology which people are expecting. So two of the resources, one I assigned because they were on bench. I said they had no work to do. So I said, I don't want to waste your time. You just learn GWT. And one of them I assigned Angular. After a month, when we got a requirement of GWT and Angular, they were ready. I told my manager that we should just utilize them. If we are not happy, then we will hire somebody else, because that time we were facing a lot of issues finding a GWT resource, because we were ready to pay a big amount, big packages, but people were not ready to stay in our company just for the sake of technology and the limited, uh, project period. So that intern, and you won't believe that intern proved him and her so well that my manager was, he was like, "Yeah, why we should always use interns then." So I said, yes, we have to trust them. So that is how, but that interns, they were very vocal about it, and they had that attitude that whatever they used to trust me. So it is very important that you trust your managers, you trust your team leads who are there. If you are vocal and you have that trust, no, definitely you will get the profile you want to, but immediately you cannot get into a project or a skill which you want to go for, because as an intern you won't be given much preferences at that time. Understand, these are all hiring so many interns. If they keep on asking every intern that what do you want, it's not possible, no, that there must be same kind of project for everybody. So you have to give time to yourself for at least 3 to 4 months initially when you in your internship. There was one other case also. So there was one resource who was very good, but then he was clear that he didn't want to work life free, he wanted to work as a Java resource only. So after his internship got over, we were not having much Java project. He was already put into liferay project, but he said that no, I don't want to work as a liferay developer, I want to work as a Java developer. He was very clear about it, and so then he was on the bench for 1 month, and then he had to leave because we didn't had a project for a Java developer. He was very clear that he don't want to work anything else but Java developer. So he left. So that is how you have to be very particular, very clear on your goals, on your focus, and then you have to start work direction. And I'm pretty sure then you won't force, because you know what happens as an interns, no, we have a lot of expectation that we should be treated like this, we should be treated, but we know, right? If we give something, then only we get something. So initially we have to give a lot of things. Then once you give and once you are settled, then you are going to get everything. I hope that answered my questions for Parth, Ankit, and Sanjay. If you want to add anything, or if you want to still ask on top of it anything, you just ask me. Meanwhile, I'll just go through the question which Stuti has asked. Okay, So Stuti, like I said, you want to get the industrial experience and want to work on technology, which we learn throughout the course and explore new technologies. So your expectations are very clear. You get to everything. Industrial experience is immediately once you start working as a corporate, you will get that industrial experience. Now working on the technology which you learn throughout, you might get it, you might not get it. But see, nothing is temporary, permanent in this world, right? So even our technologies are not permanent. We have to keep ourselves upgraded. The base, the coding base is going to remain the same. Now it depends on you. Every day, so many changes are coming. Even currently, when we are working now, artificial intelligence have come, machine learning, then PHP is not much experience right now. But if you are good at coding, if you want to do coding, you are definitely be able to explore more technologies if you want to. So I don't think that will be a problem if you want to explore new technologies and you are really craving to craving should be there for you to that you want to explore yourself, want to learn new technologies, then you will definitely get to learn. A lot of interns who when they are on project but they have a lot of bandwidth, because initially when you are on project, like somebody said that they are not given a lot of work just because they are fresher. I agree to that point, but at that time what you have to do is you don't have to go and fight for that situation. You can just prove yourself by learning that technology and by doing some POCs and make your team leads understand that okay, agree, I am fresher, I may not be near you are, but I'm definitely not a person who cannot be given a responsible work. That again depends. So the person which I told you that he was very clear about the Java technology. So that person, when he was on bench, no, he was a very dedicated person. I asked him that you create a PO on Java and Spring Boot, and we will show it to our managers. If we have problems, they can utilize it. And he was one person who would never interact. He was not even vocal about what he would do. But because I was more concerned for him, I knew that he has that technology skill set, but he is not able to express himself. I used to follow, and he made literally two applications, two websites, web portals. One was quiz management system, like KBC, and one was the student result system or something. And I was shocked that that person for 8 hours used to come at 9 o'clock sharp, and till 6 o'clock he will sit, he will not interact much with anybody in the team. But then he proved himself. And 2 to 3 project team members, they wanted to take him because they realized that this guy is really good, but he was pretty much clear that he wants to go for Java technology, and so he left the organization. So whenever you have a bandwidth, or you as an intern, in the starting, you just do your work. वो बोलते हैं ना, कर्म किए जाओ, फल की आशा मत रखो. Because if you do keep doing your things, no, you are definitely going to get what you want. So if you have bandwidth, if you have lot of time, don't waste it. Lot of I have seen in my companies, because whenever you start into corporate, you have that somehow no that air comes with you. It's not your problem, because okay, now we are in corporates and we will behave. Just don't behave the way your colleagues are behaving, because they have been into the system from many years. They know how to get into it. They have already gone through that stage. For you, it is a learning stage. You, this first 2 years are going to be so crucial for you, and that will decide your entire career. I Frankly, what I believe is your marks are not going to be so much important. They are obviously important to get admissions or for the corporates, but your behavior, your knowledge is going to be more important than your marks. And your attitude is the most important thing which is going to be important. So when you get into any corporate, you just focus on your goals. Try to write down your goals from short term goals, okay? In 2 years, where do you want to be? Then 5 years, then 10 years. First, you try to achieve the 2 years goals, and I'm definitely sure that if you try to do that, you will be able to sustain in corporate world, and you will grow very nicely. Everything depend on us. There are a lot of opportunities outside. Once you step outside your colleges, okay, you should know how to grab that opportunity. You should know how to utilize that opportunity, and you should know how to grow with that opportunity. Anybody has any questions? I hope I'm not going very fast. Okay, Sanjay, I am working with Signex Datamatics. I have been working as a project coordinator and a QA. And earlier, prior to Signex Datamatics, I was working with Cognizant Technologies in Pune. And since 7 years, I am working with Signex Datamatics. And I have done my master's in computer applications. Anything else you want to know, Sanjay, or should I go ahead? Okay. So I think from our agent, a lot of thing I've what is expected from I have explained you how to choose your area of work. Like I said, that you have to be very clear about what you want to do, and then after that you can just try for that area of work. I think how do you cope up with today's work from home setup? I'll let you know later. Now, team building and attitude. I've already given some kind of insight on team building and attitude, but this part is going to be the most important part in your career. If you do not have the right attitude, if you do not have the team building abilities, no, it will be difficult for you to sustain. See, a lot of people have knowledge, but if they cannot share the knowledge, then their knowledge will be limited. And we know that. Same works with the corporates also. People don't prefer very intelligent people. They would prefer employees who have a grounded attitude and a team building attitude. I had two to three interns which I interviewed. One intern was not so good. Okay, like out of 10, he got 6 rating. One intern, he got 8 or 9 out of 10 because he was technically very sound, but he was not selected just because of his attitude. What happens no when you enter the corporate world? If you get a good opportunity, you just forget the difference between the senior and the intern. I'm not saying that should not be treated properly, but you should always have that one thin line difference or the respect between for the seniors, and treat them in that particular way. Just because you are treated the same way in the team, that does not mean that you are now a senior, because that can lead to a lot of problems later on. And same happened with in my project also. There were 2 to 3 interns who were so good with their work, but they had so much attitude issues that they forgot that they are interns. They are just 6 months or 1 year experience, and they started comparing themselves with their seniors, and you know they were uh, they were just not able to take that they are still freshers, they have to get to that level, and that is where they face the problem. And they were released from the projects. So it is very important that you be very grounded, be very have a team building attitude, have a attitude that you share your knowledge with others. Just don't go overboard. You will get your opportunities, your set of opportunities when you are supposed to get it. If somebody else is getting it, be happy for them. If you are getting it, you keep trying for that. When seniors are treating you nicely, give them that respect. Don't forget that you have stepped in as an intern and they are still my seniors and I have to learn from them. I cannot compete with them. I cannot be equal to them. I know you might be more knowledgeable than your seniors, but they have reached to that place. They must have fought for it. They must have worked hard for it. So you have to respect that. So if you do not have a right attitude, right behavior, then you will have a really major problem in your industry wherever you go, be it or and wherever whichever profession you select. So ensure that you are always grounded, grateful for whatever you are getting. You have to have that thing in you. Do you want to share anything on this or ask anything related to this? Or should I go ahead? You can write it in the chat box also if you don't want to speak. Do you want me to speak more about team building, how to do it? Oh, okay, okay. Rifat Kiwala. He has asked a very good question. Do we need to have a good knowledge of English language to get a job? Okay, so nowadays communication has really been very important. If you are not good at it, see, in our profile, no, uh, for MCAs or BCAs, when you are in working as a developer, in the initial stage, you might not require your communication skills, but if you have communication power skills, that is going to be your uh, power. Okay, if if you are not good at it, you can definitely learn it and you can try learning it, exploring it. Because initially, as a developer, we do not have to communicate much with client. But if you want to grow at any stage, when you will have a client interaction and anything, no, you will need that communication. A lot of people are good at communication, so that is not a problem. But the problem is that we don't learn it. You have to ensure that you learn it because initially you might get through the interviews with your skill set, but later on if you do not have that thing, then it might impact your growth. I'll share you my experience only. So I was only 7 8 years of experience, and my project manager was supposed to leave. Now my project manager was 20 years of experience. I had to replace somebody else who was up to that mark. Now, in my team of 20 to 25 people, all technical, they could not think of anybody else because not a lot of people were good at communicating with the client. And at the project manager level or at any team lead level, you need to have the communication power. If you do not know how to communicate, what to communicate, then that impacts a lot because that can ruin your project. If you're good at communicating, that can get you project, that can solve a lot of things. So then because I was coming back to the first point, being vocal about it. So if you are shy and if you do not communicate, no, people will not understand what kind of a personality you are. In my experience only, when I joined the company, I had always been very extrovert and I very vocal. Not that I will just talk about that I want this thing, I want this profile, I want this profile. No, I was very much adjustable with whatever I want, whatever profile they were giving me. But vocal in the sense that communicate with everyone, each one in the company, because I was new, I was supposed to settle. They are not supposed to give me that comfort. They will give me comfort just by saying hi, hello. But if I need to build that circle, build that group, I need to go and speak to everyone. I need to go and communicate with everyone. Hello? Someone mute themselves. Hello? Yeah. So then I was to a different project because one project got over, and that I was not aware that I had a client visit that day in the same project. Okay, that was my first day in the project. It was around 25 to 30 people team, and I just stepped in and they were just discussing about something that client wanted to take for the outing. I had no clue that I should whether talk or not, but just because of my extrovert nature or being vocal about everything, I just stepped in and I said that no, we should go here. No, this is really nice place. It will be a lot of fun and all that. And my client was so impressed that time. Every time he just gives us the example that you should see Vidhi how she talks. You should always talk. If you don't talk, if you don't speak, then how will we know what kind of personality you are? And that was the reason they chose me to be a project coordinator, even when not fitting for the role as per my experience. Because I had a lot of senior team members in my team, around 13, 15 years of experience. So I'm doing all the work like a project manager only, but to avoid the conflict, they suggested me a project coordinator role, and I had to start working on that role. So communication is very, very important. And yes, knowing English knowledge language now is very important. I like any it might not be that important because you are going to be a technical person. You might not have to face anybody or speak to anybody, but going ahead, no, you will have to speak. And nowadays, when you have mostly all the projects child based, there are high chances that you have to communicate to your client right from the beginning because you have your scrum updated. You have to give your status every day to your in your calls, so you might have to speak also. So if you are not good at it, you are going to lose, nobody else. So don't get disheartened if you are not knowing or not good at it. You just try to learn and get hold of it. So it will be helpful for you only. I hope, Rifat, I have answered your question. Do you want me to have more clarity? Okay, I saw your message, ma'am. So, Rifat, don't worry if you are not good at it. Okay, a lot of people are not, and I'm really happy that you have come in front and you have told that I'm not good at it. That takes a lot of guts. So if you have told that, very good, you know your weak point and can work on it. A lot of people don't even know their weak point and they are not able to work upon it. So very, very good that you know about it and you just start working on it. English is not a, if you can learn your technologies, English is nothing new. You can learn it easily. Just try to learn it so and be prepared so that when you are at that level, it will be very easy for you. Okay, Rifat, all the best with that. Okay, coming to the agenda. So I think I have covered team building attitude thing, learning curve and growth. I would again more importance on your learning curve and growth. So initially, a lot of people say that okay, I want to work with this company, a big company, but I would suggest go whichever company you are getting an opportunity. I have seen a lot of times that you get a lot of opportunity with a small company rather than the big company. I'm not saying that don't join big companies. Obviously, join big organizations if you're getting an opportunity. But if you're not getting an opportunity with big organization, don't be disheartened. Definitely, join the small organizations or the startups because you get to learn a lot in the small startups or the organizations in because first 2 years no they are going to be entirely important and they are going to be yours where you need to decide how you want to shape your career. If first do not do anything and waste it no your career will not grow because what happens no see coding is something we can find out the code on also it's not that but how to implement it how a lot of things like small things you will get to learn in your first 2 years only. Once you are uh, once you are already a 2 year experience no people expect certain things out of you and then nobody will teach you. You have the benefit of being an intern and readily help you with judging your skill set or anything because you are an intern or a fresher. So take that advantage. Even if you know, try to learn it from others. The way I learn it might be different from the way you learn it. So always try to know what others are doing, how others are doing, and that will career. And I would always suggest don't jump the organizations just for the sake of salaries, okay? Because you might get the hike what nowadays you get 15% or 20% hike initially. It is not going to be more helpful but your stability your sincerity will be more helpful in your later stage in the long term when you switch the organization after 5 6 years no show how stable you are, how sincere you are towards your organization. If any organization is hiring you, they will first see whether there is a stability or not. For in my case only, when I had to switch my company from Cognizant uh, next, only because I got married and I had to shift back to Ahmedabad because my family was here. Every interview I was being asked this question that how can we select you because you are not stable. You have worked for 6 months. I was working in Ahmedabad after my uh, MCA, but unfortunately that company was going to shut down. So I had to change the organization and meanwhile I got the opportunity with Cognizant and I took up. Then again after 6 months, after 1.5 6 months I left. Again after 1.5 year I had to leave the organization and I have to come back here. So I had faced a lot of difficulty to get an opportunity with any good company here in Ahmedabad because their concern was I am not stable. How can they give today if I they give me the opportunity and tomorrow I get the other opportunity, I'll immediately move. They are making an investment in me. When a company is hiring you, they are definitely making an investment because they are giving you some learnings, they are helping you with learning new technologies, trainings, and everything. And immediately in 1 year, if you leave leave that company, they obviously your stability will be questioned. So if you want a proper growth, I would always suggest that be stick to the same organization for at least 3 to 4 years, at least 5 years, so that you have that stability. Also, you will be able to grow. If you keep changing no you might grow in the designation perspective but that will be only from the perspective of designations because you are shifting the companies. Otherwise from the knowledge perspective or the skill set perspective or the work perspective you are not growing because you are not going to get able to work what kind of work you wanted to do. So if tomorrow you have joined as a developer, then you become a senior developer. But just imagine in 2 years, immediately you shift. Senior developer expectation would be different and a developer expectation would be different. You might not have done what senior developer has to do. So that is very important for your growth. And I would really, really suggest that please be stable in your company, add value to your organization, and I'm definitely sure you will get a lot of things in return from your growth, the growth perspective, from your personality perspective, everything. Also, do not limit yourself to one city. Obviously, if you have any family pressures or anything which for which you cannot move out, that is okay. But I would always suggest that if you are getting an opportunity outside Ahmedabad, take it up. That is where your learning curve will become really, really good, because you are not only going to grow professionally, personally also you will grow a lot. You will learn how to do everything yourself, how to lead the situation, how to tackle the situations, which is very important. And I think that is the one reason which has helped me also. Initially, I was a very shy as a person, but when I stepped out, I took my internship also in Mumbai because I really wanted to explore myself. And when I moved out, since then I have become so confident and I can speak to anybody, because that adds up. Nobody is going to pamper you, nobody is going to protect you. All you have to do is yourself. So I would always suggest that if you are getting an opportunity, just don't think about it. You take it. If you do not, obviously, if you do not have any family pressures or any family concerns, if you have, then try to be here only and be stable in your companies. That will really add up to your growth. Second thing, for growth, you need to be updated in your technologies, which is very, very important. Today you might be good with Java, tomorrow other technologies come up. So always have that attitude of saying yes to everything. Never say no. If you don't take challenges, you will not even realize where do you stand. If you pamper yourself, no, you will never be able to grow. So have that attitude of saying yes. I'll see it how it works, right? ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा? You will fail in that particular part. So what? Nobody is going to kill you, and no, you are not going to die in that. At least you will not regret that you didn't try. And just imagine if you are successful in that area, then you'll be so happy. So you should always try new technologies, at least try to know how it works. Even when communicating, you can tell them very clearly that, okay, I'm not sure how it works, but I definitely want to learn and I definitely want to give it a try. So people have that expectations that, okay, you are not so good at it, but if you do it, it will be wonderful. Uh, I hope people are getting me and enjoying this. If you're not, please tell me if you want me to focus on anything else or anything particular. I would be happy to share. Vinita ma'am, uh, Jenny ma'am, please let me know if I'm missing out on something, or just let me know.
Vidhi, you are going fine enough.
Okay. Next is setting up your goals and how to achieve it. So like I said, that you need to have a clarity. You have to have your goals in your mind, that what you want to do. I only faced that problem because I was not knowing that I will be good on the communication side and the marketing side, and I took up MCA just because I was my brother was an inspiration to me, and he did MCA, so I was like, no, I have to do an MCA. My sister, she used to tell me that, Vidhi, you do MBA, you will be very good at it. I said, no, no, I want to go with MC only, and I did that. But fortunately, because I was into everything and I was curious to learn, I got my hold on things. but not necessary for everyone, right? You have to have your goals set. If you want to focus, somebody is who has, when you are in college, no, you definitely know with your vivas only that whether you are good at coding or you are not good at coding. You start whenever you are in the last semester of your college or masters. You should start exploring what all options do they provide. Like there's a testing opportunity. If you want to do testing, start learning what all testing will require, how I have to proceed in testing. If you are good with development, be clear which technology you want to work with, whether you want to do Java or you want to do a full stack developer, you want to learn Angular. Start learning all that, because that will be very very important. Only then you will have a clarity. Not everybody will get that chance that they can move to wherever you want to by working initially in different technologies and moving to different technologies. So if you have a clarity, if you have set up your goals, no, it will give you clarity what you want to do and how hard you have to work to achieve those goals. So like if you want to be a tester, just understand what all testing needs, what is current scenario of testers, what all requirements a tester has, whether I'll have to learn automation, I want to go into manual testing, I want to go into performance testing. Start exploring all that. If you want to do a development, start exploring which all technologies. If you are not good at some technologies but you want to really go into that, start reading articles about that. Then it will be really very helpful. Otherwise, again, when you are done, you will do your internship for just for doing it, because you have to get your internship done, and then again you will have no clarity. So initial years, please do not waste your initial years, especially the time when you are doing your internship, because that is the time when you will be already into your corporate world and you will get more clarity on what you want to become and how you want to lead your career ahead. So I request all of you to set goals, have a clarity, and then start working towards it, because today there's so much of competition that if people, there are a lot of resources. If you are not going to be pro at it, definitely somebody else will get the opportunity. So just because lack of clarity and because you do not have your goal set, don't lose opportunities. Try to be as vocal, try to be as proactive on your learning curve, so that whenever you get into it, you are ready to roll the world. So any question and answers, anything you want to, any experiences you want to share, if we have open interaction sessions, I would be really happy. You can ask me anything about my experiences, about what are your fears, what are your expectations, anything. Just ask me. Okay, I'm randomly going to ask somebody what are their goals. Okay. Okay, Sanjay, Stuti, I'll answer your questions. So, Sanjay, our company was into open source mainly. So, we have been working in Liferay, Alfresco, Java. We have now started big data and machine learning, artificial intelligence. Also, we have started UI part. So, right now, that is very much into the market, UI path and robotics. So now our company has started working in those areas also. Otherwise, our company had a monopoly in the open source market. So we were mainly working in Liferay Technologies and Alfresco from the front this database side and all. And now we are working on PHP also and artificial intelligence also. Yes, we are working on, we are now hiring more full stack developers for Angular, who knows Angular and stuff, because now Angular is kind of mandatory. Okay, how was Dishant? How was my first interview experience? So I, my interview experience was nice. Like I said, even if you don't know anything, you just show that you know everything. You be good at communicating yourself, sell yourself as much as you can, because coding you are definitely going to get it know how, once you're into it. But if you don't know how to express yourself, then you might be in a trouble. Sometimes no, so not sometimes, a lot of time it happens that in when you are in the interview, even if you're knowing everything, you don't know how to do it. Just whenever it is your first interview, if you don't know certain things, don't try to bluff, because then that will create a bad impression. Just tell them that okay, I am not aware about it, but I definitely want to learn about it. So you try to be as honest as you can, and that will be really helpful. uh, Stuti, what type of work you get as an intern depends on company to company. In our company, because we do not have a bench policy, something that you cannot be off the project and you still get the salary. That concept is very much for bigger companies like Infosys, Cognizant, that for 5 to 6 months people are on bench, they are not allocated any project. Just imagine their career will be ruined. But in our company, that concept is not such. So immediately the interns are put into live projects only. They might not get the they might be used as a shadow resource. They might not be you know, the visibility must be not there in front of client, but they are doing as equal work as what other developers or the employees are doing it. So be prepared to work as any kind of interns might get. Sometimes you might not get any knowledgeable work. You have that mindset that you are not going to get great projects to work initially. You just have a plan that okay, when I will go as an intern in my corporate, what all things I want to learn, and you start learning it simultaneously, because those 6 months you are on a project, you are as such going to get the assignment and your assignment ready. But if you know that you have to learn these technologies, then that will be helpful to get you further projects. So use that 6 months for yourself, for your growth. While setting up a goal, which things we have to keep in mind, because technology changes very fast. Okay, Dishant, I'll come to your question in 2 minutes. I'll first answer this question from Sesta. So, setting up a goal, see, a goal is not specific to technologies, right? That is what I'm telling. If you want to be a developer, no, you have a goal that I want to be a developer, a lead developer, a senior developer, and you work towards it. Technologies, I don't think technologies matter as such, because the coding language changes, but the basics of code, the oops concepts are not going to change. That is what I think. Like in Liferay and Java, if you see, the languages or the syntaxes are changing, but the concept still remains the same. Obviously in PHP it might be different, but when you have a knowledge of a developer, then that is not, no one is going to take it from you. So when you are setting up a goal, you do not have to set up a goal perspective to, you know, I want to be a PHP developer, because you cannot grow in that way. You have to be a developer, you want to be a project manager, you want to be an architect. That is how it works. So when you are at a senior level, an architect, you have, it's kind of a PhD degree you are going to have, right? When you are an architect, you need to know have a clarity about the concepts. You have to make your base clear, like your design concepts or roofs concept. If they are clear, no, you will definitely be any developer you want to do. Then you can decide, if you have multiple projects you can explore, then you can decide which technology you want to go in. But you should always be open to which technology you want to work, because technology keeps on changing. You never have a fixed technology. Shaista, am I clear, or do you still want an elaborative answer to this? Okay, great. Dishant, what top 5 questions would you like to ask if you are an interviewer? See, I will definitely, I never focus on technical questions, because technical questions, I know, I am of that opinion that any person can learn technology. If obviously basic concepts I will ask, what is polymorphism and what is abstract, what is interface, that is the basic thing I expect from intern, which they should know. But otherwise, I will not focus much on technical perspective, because technical today Google has everything. I can directly copy paste the code in the project, and people do that. I would always ask the out of the box questions, and I do that only. I ask sort of the box puzzles. Then I see their attitude, how they behave while giving the answers, what are expectations. That is what I focus on. And I have mainly taken the the basis of their behavior and attitude. Even if they are not good at the skill set, I give them that benefit of doubt, that okay, because that can be learned, but behavior and attitude is something that cannot be changed. So I would definitely focus on that thing. Is that clear, Dishan? Okay, anybody else who wants to ask any questions? Stuti, I hope I was clear with your question and you don't want any further answer. Okay. Please feel free to ask me if you need any elaborative answer, because right now you are really very fortunate that you are getting this experience, that we uh, your university and faculties are trying to have an engagement sessions with different people from different areas. We were very unfortunate. Whenever we stepped into our corporate world, we had never experienced how to, what will be, how I have to do it. I had no clue. So please, I request you to use this opportunity, whatever your faculties are hosting for you, because that is for your betterment. I'm really telling you, not a lot of universities are doing it, and you should be very thankful. I was stepping into my industry, I had no clue, like zero clue. First, I was like, what will happen? How will I do it? How will I survive? Nothing. So please, whosoever are taking sessions, whosoever are spending that time for you, just try to think about it and try to implement those things. It will be really very helpful, and your faculties grow. Be really happy to see you growing. We managed it with the flow. Ram Barose. Tuti, out of the box question. if you go to Google, there are a lot of out of the box puzzles. Like if I want to cut the cake 9 pieces, how will I do it? If I want to, because you can equally cut them, you cannot, and they have to be equal part. They can they had they cannot be either of lesser diet. That is how. So go through those questions on Google. If you out of box interview questions, and I keep asking those kind of questions in my lot of, especially when you are going for an interview of a tester or a business analyst. No, they keep asking you questions more on the analysis perspective. So that is when the out of box questions will really help you, because in testing, your profile is to know the requirement, understand the requirement. As a business analyst, so you have to understand the requirements. That is your main important part. So people ask you out of the box quiz questions and quizzes. They will puzzles and everything they will ask more than the uh concepts and everything. So people who are really interested in testing and business analysis, you should definitely uh see your analysis skills, how deep you can get into the requirements. You should also try POC. You can do a case study for yourself. Just take any project. Uh, Suppose you can do it yourself at the home only. Suppose you want to have a furniture at your home, you just analyze what all requirements will it be, how will I do the furniture. And when I say requirements, you have to be specific about every detail. What wood you will use, how much dimensions of the window will be there, what the laminates use, what glue will be used. Everything comes into the analysis picture. So you can, whenever you want to uh, do requirement analysis, you can just see anything. At our home also, anything we do is a project, right? A day-to-day plan is also a project. That okay, I have to plan my day in this manner. That's a project for me. I do that. Anything else, anyone?
Oh, yes, I'm just a bit confused about how should I get prepared? Suppose in future I've been looking myself as in the cloud platform or either in the networking or as you said as an tester. So how should I get prepare myself
Okay.
for an internship? Like suppose in the internship, if I'll be applying for the any company, so they'll be asking me and basic questions such as and fundamentals of an programming, either it's an OOPS concept or either
Correct.
in Java or in C, right? But if myself, if I just want to be an in the security, right, so there is no need of Java or C language, so I just need to be and prepared for and the security purpose, like what are the skills which have been required in the security. I should
Correct.
prepare for that, or either I should go for this Java, C, and which are the fundamentals. So how I get prepared, I just not getting it.
So Dhruv, whenever you are approaching companies, you are approaching organizations, first of all, mention in your CV that you have to have your interest is that this. So a lot of organizations, like I said in the page, that if you are very much clear what only, you first of all you try to approach organize if you go to, say, for example, my organization, you take, if you are an internship in my organization, your internship purpose might be and security side not have, because we have IT team of around 3 to 4 people, and what they do is setting up softwares and hardwares and solving our queries and all. And I'm pretty sure that when you mean by networking and security being your area, I don't think that you will just want to end up doing that, right?
Actually, I've been already working with an Vodafone Voice since from the
Uh,
last 1 and 5 years. So actually, I cannot directly apply for the position because I'm not having any experience. So since for that also I'm not applying in IGPs for that. That's the
why
reason.
can't you
So I
apply?
need the experience for.
If you are working for voice like Vodafone House Prahlad Nagar,
But I'm right now in the back office, so it's a different field.
you are working for which operations?
My just
Sorry.
customer support administrative in the back office.
Okay, back office, but you have different operations like UK, Ireland, New Zealand operations,
Yeah,
right? Okay,
UK
you are working
for
for
UK.
UK. So you are working
Yeah.
under Alok Trivedi's team,
No.
Hitesh Agarwal.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so because my husband, he's a senior manager for New Zealand operations with Vodafone.
Okay. Okay.
About the names. Okay, so Dhruv, you mean to say that you are working, so you are doing your MC also, is it?
No, it's an integrated MSID course which is of the
Okay,
5 years. I've
MCIT
already
course.
yeah,
Okay,
MSID.
and you are simultaneously working also,
Yeah.
but you are working into back office and you are not working as IT into IT
Yeah.
department, right?
Yeah. But since
Okay, but
I've completed my 1 year with the voice, so I can apply for the IGPs, which is yeah.
you cannot apply for the IT IGPs, is it?
Mm, I can, but I'm not having any experience, right? So they will be.
Yeah, so
That's a problem.
then you will need to do the internship, no?
Yeah.
So that is what I'm telling. So if you want to, either you can the IJP, and if you have the knowledge, then you can definitely, you might clear the IJP also, and you might get into that role. Otherwise, so when you speak about Vodafone, and you don't need any specific Java language knowledge or anything. You need to
Yeah.
have your networking knowledge only. But in case you are going to work into any IT specific industry, then it
Mm,
might happen. Then initially they might put you as an intern in this thing, normal developer or anything, and then you can slowly pursue them that I want to work as an intern. I want to do internship with my networking and security department, and they might do that for you. I don't think that should be a
okay.
problem, because as an intern they are not going to lose anything, but if they have a requirement they will definitely help you do that. So I don't think that should be a problem.
Okay.
So for phones IGP also, I would suggest that you should just give it a try. You should apply, and you can have your concepts clear related to networking and security.
Yeah. Okay.
So you must be having access to the IT department, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's just
then
many options there in this being big data developer and cybersecurity. So
yeah.
I'll just, yeah, that's what I was just asking, that I should go for this internship and prepare for the fundamentals, or I should directly go for this position specific and I should apply for the IGPs.
I would
That's
suggest
why
you
I
can
was
try
just getting.
both,
Okay.
because you never know. You have already a work experience. Because if
Yeah.
you go to now, if you go to any internship, then that work experience of the back office won't be counted because it
Okay.
industry will be different, right?
Yeah.
Then again you are starting from zero. But
Okay.
if you are applying for for an IJP in Vodafone only, then you will have your experience counted. So your experience won't go as a waste. You will be in that continuity. But you
Okay.
are again very specific that you want to go into network only, then you should be ready to sacrifice that experience. If at all your IGP doesn't get through, then you should be okay starting with a fresh and start getting into network and security, because you are clear that you have your interest area is that.
Okay. So is it okay to include this back office and into my resume, the experience, which is an operation which is non-relevant to the IT, but
Yeah, you can definitely do that to the department to count it or not. Obviously they will ask you when you go for the interviews that why you want to switch the department, why you are now all of a sudden interested in this. So that kind of questions will come up, because when you have worked for a certain period with some other department and all of a sudden you are switching to the department, they might ask you the questions. But if you are confident and convincing enough to let them know that what was the real reason behind your changing the department and you have the right set of knowledge, then I don't think that should be a problem.
okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, one more thing I wanted to let you know. As an interns, please make your CV really apps, like Canva app. If you see the templates there, you can know how to make the professional CVs. Our during the time we were just writing all those clumsy things, but do not do that. Your CV should be such that people are going to read the first page and they should get to know that okay, what all you have stored in for them for you, and what all what your skill sets are, what are. Do not write a lot about the projects you have done. Suppose you have done 5 to 6 projects, that would become at a later stage. Right now as an intern you might not have done those things, but in the future also when you are making a CV, just try to implement it in a way that do not write a lot about your what the project was. Do not mention about your client's name because that is very confidential. So don't do all that things. You just be very professional when it comes to writing the CV. I will just see if I have my CV or somebody else's CV stored here, the professional one. Oh, because that will be very helpful. Your CV is your first impression. So Sanjay, I would suggest that your experiences from past 10 years, you do not need to mention all the projects. Just mention if at all you have done anything different in a particular project, then you can definitely mention about that project. But if all the projects are of a similar kind, like a desktop application and the technologies used which are same, you can just mention about 1 or 2 projects. And then you can, when you are explaining about yourself or giving an introduction about yourself, you can uh, highlight them that okay, you have done this many projects, but you have not mentioned all of them in the CV. But yeah, do mention about your latest projects, latest work, as in a year or 2 years work. You can definitely mention about that. Give me a 1 minute's time. I'm just going through. If I have my CV, I can just let you know. Vidita ma'am, I have forwarded my CV. I have forwarded to my mail also. I'm just trying if I can open that or not. If you can open it, can you see that? Hello, Vinita ma'am.
Yes, I got your CV.
Okay. So, will you be able to open it from your side?
Yes, just a minute.
Okay. So, if you can open, I can just show them.
Yes, yes, sure.
Sanjay, yes, you can definitely send your resume to me. I will definitely review it. I'll be happy to do it. If your faculties are okay, I have no problem. You just ask them. I will share my email ID if at any point of time you guys want to be in touch with me and you have any concerns or queries, you can definitely ask me. Okay, Vinita ma'am. I'll stop sharing my screen. I think my screen sharing is already stopped. Okay. Meanwhile, I have something to share with you. Dhruv Parmar. Yes, so Dhruv, I was just speaking to my husband, like I was asking that how it works for IT, IJP and Vodafone. So he is suggesting that whenever you have TSSI, whenever you have a TSSI IJP, you should apply for that because here in Ahmedabad you won't have much options. So TSSI IJP will be for Bangalore. So if you are ready to move to Bangalore, you should apply for TSSI IJP. If you to the care department, you are in care right now, so you'll have to apply TSSI IGP.
Please just hold on for a second.
No problem.
Actually, I was just already applying for the IGPs, but I was just not aware that you can apply and multiple time. So I was just knowing that you can apply only one IGP within a year. So after that, I just confirm. I just get to know that you can apply for multiple IGPs. So there is no limitations like that.
Yeah, you can apply.
Yeah,
They can apply for multiple IGPs, right? You can apply for multiple
yeah,
IGPs. But
okay.
what my husband was suggesting that if you really want to get into network and security, you should apply for TSSI IGP because they will
Yeah,
have
in
more.
Ahmedabad.
Yeah. So I just asked him that how it
Okay,
works in the IGP. So he suggested me.
okay.
Okay.
Vidhi, I have your resume. Just hold on, I will pull it up.
Okay.
I hope the screen is visible.
Yeah, it is visible. So I hope everyone is able to see. Can you maximize it? Yeah. So see, this is my resume which I have made. It's a only one page CV, and here I have mentioned about everything. What is my personal profile? What are my achievements? Then with the career history, senior quality assurance, associate consultant. Jenny, can you scroll down?
Yeah, sure.
And academic history, and what all skills I have. So that also I have mentioned. So nowadays, those those times are gone where we used to have a lot of detailed CV where we used to write about each and everything. But now I would suggest that you should write such CV which are very appealing when you present it to anyone because that will create your first impression. So have a crisp CV, but which includes everything about you. If you have any doubt related to CV, please let me know. I'll clear. Okay, Saista, when we should switch company, there are a lot of factors which depends on switching the company. It is very important that you should be satisfied where
Just
you are
should I
working.
stop the screen sharing?
Sorry.
Should I stop the screen?
Yeah. Does anyone wants to look into detail of my CV or she should stop? I think if they will want to, I'll let you know and you can share it again.
Okay.
So Sesta, like I said, that a lot of factors depends on when you should switch the company. I would suggest that initially you should try to hold on and should not switch at least for 4 years or 5 years because that will create stability for you. But a lot of time what happens, no, it depends on a person to person. If you have your own choices and you are not satisfied with the kind of work you are getting and with the kind of work you are giving doing, and sometimes you are not getting opportunity there in which area you want to work, then obviously you will want to switch it. So that time you can switch it. But otherwise, if you are getting a amount of opportunity and the kind of work which you wanted to do it, then I would suggest that you should not switch it. Also, once you are into corporate, lot of uh, senior team members and juniors, like lot of things will happen where you will be like frustrated, but just remember that wherever you go, industry is going to be same. So it is not that if you switch company for personal reasons that okay you are not comfortable with one particular member or with the behavior of that team member, you should not switch the company. Always try the alternatives. Reach out to your managers, reach out to your senior managers, all the HR leadership. Try to get the issue solved. But for such particular reasons, I would suggest do not switch company. Hold on to your frustration because things are new for you. You are also set into settling phase. You have we were first pampered. We were into a small zone, right, where we were getting everything. We wanted everything. Now we have to do a lot of things on ourselves. So things will change. Things perspectives will change. You will have your own hardships. You will have your own struggles, but try to fight it out. Try to find the solutions. Do not get aggressive, and just because of your colleagues or employees, do not change your companies or do not switch your companies, because industry is going to remain same everywhere. If you are getting what from the kind of work and work satisfaction and your salary expectations are everything okay, then just because of few employees or their behaviors, you should not change your company. Please keep that in mind, because you have someone, you switch company or go to other company. Switch the company when you really want to, when you are done doing the same kind of and you want to learn something new, then you should switch your company. Anything else anybody wants to ask? Jenny ma'am, Vinita ma'am, do you want me to add up anything?
I don't think the students are having any more questions.
Okay, I hope they were happy, they were sorted. Guys, if you have any queries or concerns, I will drop my email. You can reach out to Jenny ma'am or Vinita ma'am. I will connect with you. Just do not feel that, okay, don't be scared. Now you have to fly, you have wings, live your life and enjoy this period. Try to explore yourself. I'm pretty sure all of you will do great.
Thank you so much, Vidhi, for the wonderful session. I hope the students got their queries addressed by you.
I
And
hope so too.
hope they face the placements nicely and they get placed soon.
Yeah, I hope too.
Thank you so much for the
Okay, Jenny, I forgot to mention about work from home part. We have 5-10 minutes time. I just
yeah,
forgot.
yeah, sure.
Okay, guys, sorry, I just forgot, but I would like to mention about the work from home thing also. Right now, a lot of companies, they are enforcing work from home because of this pandemic. So do not worry about that. Work from home comes with its own pros and cons. Like it is good at times when we have to be home and work. At times it's frustrating also because we are not meeting our colleagues or we are not getting a lot of um, insight about what is happening in the companies. Even for companies, it's a new thing. They are also trying all the means and ways to ensure that their employees are uh, feeling happy and safe and secure. So do not worry about the work from home setup. I would just suggest that even if you are working from home, because you are an intern, you might be more observed, which you uh, expect your put that expectations right from the beginning, that because of because you are interns, your work might be more observed because they cannot meet you in person, they cannot see your work in person. So they can do is that only. Can you hold for a second? I just have somebody has rang the bell. I'll just come in 1 minute. Nobody's here. Hello. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so do not worry about that. Just follow the standards which you will be following at the organization. Be ready with your work from home setup. Have your internet connection checked, and try to be dressed formally even when you are home, so that you will get the feeling of working from home. Those are the small things which you need to plan your day right from the beginning, so that when you have to give time to your family, you know what time you can give. Companies are not going to be after you that what all time you're spending there, but obviously you will have to be little careful when you plan your day. Keep your manager informed if in case you have any emergency or if you have anything lined up, and you can just extend your hour in the evening, or you can log in little early in the morning. That's all. That will be really very helpful. So do not worry about the work from home setup. It is sometimes a blessing, sometimes you might get a little frustrated, but you can deal with it easily. Okay, that's it from my side. Now I'm done for the session. If you guys have any queries or concerns, please feel free. Otherwise, I'm done.
Students, anything you would like to ask? Thank you so much, Vidhi, for the wonderful session.
Thank you so much,
And
Jenny.
we thank you for addressing each and every student's doubts on a prompt basis.
I hope that will be helpful
Yes.
to them.
I thank all you on behalf of the FCIT GLS University MSCIT program. I hope the students take all your consider all the points that you have mentioned and face the placement.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
sure. I'll share my email ID and you
Yeah.
can share it. Should I post it here in the chat box only, or
Yeah, you can post it here so that they can
okay?
directly get in touch.
Okay, I have. Sorry, my email ID. The last one is my correct email ID. I have by mistaken written the wrong email ID. Okay, so I'm done. Should we end the session now?
Yes. We are ending the session now. I think uh, your details. Okay, you have already shared the details.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Vidhi, for the wonderful session.
Thank you so much for having me there.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.